Can they bring the heroics onto the field now? There's a couple of changes from the side that did draw 0-0 at Bucheon 1995 last Saturday. The back line remains intact, but Chie Kyung-dok and Moon Min-seo are recalled across the midfield, with Yoo Jae-ho and Kim Woo-jin dropping to the bench. Idel and Fridtjonsson again lead the line up front. Now Pohang respond to their East Coast Derby defeat to Ulsan HD also last Saturday by making 4 changes. They are able to welcome back captain Jeon Min-kwang in defence, as well as Ki Sung-young and Oh Jung-won in midfield. Oh Jung-won playing on the right-hand side with Wanderson on the left. And in attack, a 3-pronged attack. Jung Han-min is favoured ahead of Won Ki-jong, who drops to the bench. Speaking of which, they do have Brazilian duo Juninho and George back among the subs. And so we're underway. A sparsely populated stadium, just as the temperature has broken on the Korean Peninsula in the last few days. Idel making the run. Fridtjonsson coming short, collects it and shoots the left boot. Rises off target, but a good effort. We know, might expect, and he does like a long-range effort when given the opportunity. Francisca leading the line for Pohang today. Jung-won leaves it for Francisca. Can't quite take it out wide. Park Jung-young with a cross, and it was a brave header. Really brave header. With a chip back. So really dropping deep. An interception finds Fridtjonsson! And Shin Chang-woo is in a dangerous position. Good defending. This was his moment almost to shine. Had that been on his favoured side, surely would have shot and tried to curl it in from there. But to his credit. Idel gets there. And still Idel. And Fridtjonsson wide of the post. Gwangju turning up the pressure. Does shoot, and it was a better effort than the one from much closer range. And with his right move that time, João Pedro with a cross that's flattened away. That one on his less strong foot. Idel, Shin Chang-woo through to Fridtjonsson. It's an outswinger. Fridtjonsson with a header. He's getting closer. Better save. Jung Han-min. Jung Han-min with the ball through to Hwang Seo-eun. Inside to Oh Jung-won. Out to Francisca, who nearly slips. And that costs him in the end. Best move of the game for Pohang. Punish Gwangju for their relative wastefulness. Goal anywhere this evening. Gwangju against Pohang in front of you. Seoul at home to Daejeon and Jeju versus FC Anyang. Left, accusing the grass beneath him. Now he puts in a cross, and it's a header off target. A golden free header for Park Jung-young. Massive opportunity. Francisco, surely 1-0 Pohang. Well, a couple of let-offs, 3 was too many, and Gwangju have been punished. João Pedro just passing it straight into Pohang's hands, and still needed a good ball in. And it was a brilliant ball for Francisco to clean up. Really good opportunities to score. Fridjonsson, chip forward. Idel, well, done well. Didn't look like it was going to threaten as much as it did in the end. The keeper with a touch. Idel doing well from a tight angle. The pass in the middle, but maybe he didn't feel there were any options there. I think he'd been justified in making that claim. Looking for an option. Idel sliding, reaching with all his might. And I think if you're Gwangju, you want to panic. Yes, you want to force the game, but they are creating chances. They look like they're going to score. Mintar, plenty of determined yellow shirts in the middle. As Van Brunsven was one of them. Managed to make some contact and shoot over with an overhead. Crowd appreciating it. Free kick for Pohang, taking us closer to half time. Disappointment for Gwangju, but some bright signs to build on if they can keep their heads. Pohang with some decent chances that they couldn't convert. Pohang somewhat plucky, but had a look, and then João Pedro is back in. Van Brunsven, decent ball, put it back in a dangerous area. Idel playing deep and wide for now. Shin Chang-mu. And an opportunity for Idel! It's a good stop, and then it's somehow cleared, and still not completely out of the box, but Pohang with some brilliant survival instincts. And Gwangju desperately unlucky. Look at this. Shin Chang-mu with the ball in. Idel's header. And then he looked for the follow-up. It was Jae Kyung-dong. Still, they just couldn't find the contact. And Idel puts it wide. Massive chance again for Gwangju. Well, how many more of those are there going to be? Jae Kyung-dong with a chip forward. Idel brings it down just about with his chest. There's an element for a second there where you wonder whether there was any arm contact. I don't think there was. It's a brilliant bit of control. Chanyong is gone for the ball there, but Jeonmin Gwang has got his head very passing to Waloa. Ball in. Basically came off Kim Woo-jin. Wouldn't run favourably for the table. They are bound, it looks like, for a relegation playoff unless they have major turnaround. Idel. And it's in! Well, is that the turnaround? It doesn't start here. One goal and 1 point will not be enough. They've come into this round 13 points adrift of their next, as well as Kim Chun, 11 points above them. If they can find a second goal, it could really be the start of something very, very interesting for this club. Drama around the grounds, that they're just still relatively calm, 2-0 up against Anyang. And here's Baloa, and he goes for goal, drags it wide, he had options in the middle. Wow, you've got to be very confident to take it on from that. Big challenge, no free kick, but Baloa takes it on anyway for Gwangju. And then they go out to Hasamud. Floated into the middle. Fridtjofsson's header taken comfortably. Well, he may have lost his clean sheet, but the Hong Kong men determined to keep his side in this. And he was well placed to make it look easy. 5 minutes to decide this one. Jong holds on to it. Oh Jung-won in good space, and he's just blasted it off target. Went to the near post, could have played it across the face and hoped to pick out a teammate. There were options. Jong does really well. Set it up. Got Gwangju calling for it. And to be fair to, not quite in his groove yet, but he's shown. Probably some good promise for Pohang on his return to the bench today. Nino remaining among the subs. Idel makes a run. He's got Baloa in the middle. Fridtjofsson joining too. It's Idel who goes all the way, and it's a save of the game. Maybe a save of the season. It's unbelievable, really. You wonder what else Idel can do from there. He powers it goalward. That's the keeper. It's a strong left hand, instinctive kick. It's headed behind again. Will it be another corner? Handed off the line. Van Grunsven tries to keep it going. It's got to be a desperate shot. It's pushed out. It's pushed out. It was a chance that fell to Kim Jong-suk, the substitute. But then Wanderson going up the other end, and Wanderson breaks Gwangju's hearts. It's a sensational, dramatic, most unexpected last gasp goal that Gwangju will almost certainly complain about. A minute and a half, past 5 minutes added on. There was a question mark as to whether the second corner should or could even take place for Gwangju. But not only was it allowed to, Pohang were it, and Wanderson kept his head. And it's a brilliant finish. A finish worthy of winning a game, even if Pohang's overall performance has been underwhelming. Could this be the 3 points that spurs them on, that kick-starts their season again? Well, that's a man who deserves it. The goalkeeper, Hong Sung-min. But it's done now. They're not going to get that time back. The full-time whistle is imminent. It's here. It's 3 points to Pohang. Gwangju. Well, rarely will you see a team that deserves to lose less than Gwangju tonight. They did so well for a team at the bottom of the table. Their new recruits showing plenty of ability to threaten teams in this division, but Pohang in the end rewarding their travelling fans who had to watch them hang on and look like they might see the game completely slip away from them.